Some people might not know, Bruno Schulz was a Polish writer and poet, and when the Nazi campaign started, it started in Poland. And the Nazi campaign's major goal was to destroy any thinkers, any poets, any artists, because it's very important to remember that this world is made up of a lot of intellectuals, but there's a line by Charles Bukowski that says it better than I could, and it's that an intellectual says a very easy to explain thing with many words in a hard way. And an artist explains very complex ideas and emotions immediately and with few words at all. Amen. And I think that's very true. My friend Justin, who's here tonight, and his beautiful wife Shelley, we've often discussed our hate of hipsters, so if you're a hipster, leave the room. But I'm sure everyone knows what I'm talking about. This is the reason white kids get robbed around River West. Like, you know, they see you walking around acting like a dick. You know, they want your shit in your backpack, and all you got are your sneakers from your volleyball tournament. No wonder you got shot. I mean, no, this shouldn't happen. I'm sorry. Anyways, Justin and I were talking. He made a really good point about hipsters, which was that the hipsters, they try to grab everything from the working class. Their music, their style, their vocabulary, their thought process. But they don't actually have any of the real ideas behind it. They don't have any hard work. Most of them are wearing faux hawks in a cubicle while they design audio samples for Sony. And then they go home and listen to their, you know, whatever record is a hipster record, you know, and think they're a part of the working class. So, needless to say, I feel a huge detachment from hipsters, and this poem is about my detachment from hipsters. It's called The Hipster, because I lacked originality while titling it. Where were you when I was writing this? You know, I could call it a fucking hipster instead of the hipster. Yeah. The hipster sits through the boredom of his friends' anecdotes. You can sense the lack of being here now, as the book says, from the way his knee shakes under the table, and from the complete lack of libido. He weighs less without it, so they call him Lightfoot. He begins, I was waiting to become senior, you know, the best. In lieu of recent demands, I'm slighted like Latinos and Palestinian children. They get some new meat with great credentials, fine. So we decide to psychoanalyze the guy, like those multiple choice questions a projected reality will throw at you, but in person, through vibrations. Nothing shakes a tree like a draconian method, so we disturb some major senses for reality. Headline news type shit. Visceral, topical, like an ointment. In between the barroom banter, the hipster compensates for his nicked pendulum of a personality with nicotine and with droppers. Only when his knee stops shaking is this visible, so he responds with the type of stories you put in Rockwell typeset, you know what I mean? We want him to feel as foreign as the Chinese guys who started last week, and as new as the life in his palms after he makes applause. It's true. When the left side of a human's body touches its right, bacteria fights and fornicates, creating new life that struggles to get strong enough to eat the host that made it. That made me think of his entourage. Parasites, full of dimly lit souls, forget that their corset is throwing through their lumbar. They go thoracic or cervical, depending on the chromosomes, swinging through in bends and crunches of nostalgic high school workouts. Sweat pools below the heels of the genuinely tardy, as a lack of ability to worry runs through purple veins like cocaine lighting in vitamin C currents, driving to an erection. And with this erection, he puts his hand under the table, a tidal wave, and he says, so I get him to purse his lips and ask him if a hippopotamus has a hypothalamus. His hands shake like he's starting to bet the farm on a game of dice. He doesn't know what to say. So I try to give him some fake advice. I tell him, along the way, be sure to stuff some slits, because I figure no one knows what that means. By the time we get done, he looked as out of place as a baboon's ass flying in first class. I start to feel depressed and realize that everyone at the table with the hipster falls asleep to dream in his corduroy pants. And that's because it has a knife. That's because it has enough crevices to hide a lifetime of all their sin, and it always smells like cigarettes.